ready?
This is the New Hills podcast with Jackson Foxx. We're back. And look, right now, for those that are watching or those that are listening, we got the intro video going for the show. And look, we ready to kick this thing off. We're really excited. We're gonna bring it to y'all. So make sure y'all continue to listen. Well. Welcome back. This is the New Hills Podcast Show. I am Jackson Foxx, your host. And what you see before you and below you, that's all you need to know about the Foxx. If you know what the Foxx is, congratulations. You already know I'm back. I'm happy to be here. And look, we're going to kick this thing back off. And this time we're going to be a little bit more consistent. If those who are wondering what the New Hills Podcast is about, it's all about wrestling. Now, it's the New Hills Podcast, so this is a show for the heels, and you looking at the biggest, baddest, best-looking heel ever. So, look, this is the first show. I'm back. And, you're going to see random people here with me today. And, look, I had to go through the temp service to actually get some guests. Sometimes people have to do stuff like that. And I got somebody here. I don't know if I'm too proud to say to be here or not, but we're going to go ahead and send it over to him and see, if he gonna say anything to y'all. But this is the other guy that's here, y'all.
Oh, sorry. Don't pay me no mind. I was too busy staying at that nice title. I wouldn't mind dropping you where you lay right now and take it by force. But I can save that for another time. I'm DeathTro, because I'm the last thing you ever will see, because DeathTro equals Death Row. And that's all I'm gonna say.
You see what I'm talking about, man? You come in here, you're already looking at something that's not yours. You didn't earn it. And look, we have a history. You know what I'm saying? So you already here doing this. You know what you got coming, right?
So you think?
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So for those that are watching right now, man, today we gonna talk a little bit about the incident that occurred, I think maybe a week ago. We're gonna fact check this stuff. If we don't, I don't give up, because I don't have to. But we're going to talk about Rampage Jackson's son, and we're going to get into the dark side of the ring on this segment of the New Hills Podcast. We're going to talk about the life and times of New Jack City, one of my favorite hills, man. We go watch it together, we go talk about it, and we're going to get into it. But before we get into that, like I said, once again, we're going to talk about this situation here. As you can see to your left, that's Rampage Jackson's son. His name is Raja Jackson. And on your right, that's Psycho Stu. And there was an incident that happened between them at an independent wrestling event. We're going to let y'all check that video out. And when y'all check this video out, we're going to get back into and talk about this a little bit. Then we're going to get into the reason why we're here today. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
Hey, I think that's a little.
Oh, you don't show it? Easy. He's not a fucking worker, bro. Calm down.
Yeah, what the fuck was that?
You're good.
What the fuck was that?
You don't sell it? Dude, he's not a fucking
Bro.
worker, bro.
What the fuck was that? Hold on. I don't play that shit, bro.
Oh, sorry.
No, I will fuck him
we're
up,
good.
bro.
I know
No,
you will.
no.
We're good.
I will
Sorry
fuck
about
him
that.
up, bro.
I know you will.
I don't play that shit.
Sorry about that, bro.
Nah, I will
I'm
fuck
sorry
him
about
up,
that.
bro.
I know you will. So.
You! Kill me!
Hey, you gotta stop this shit, man. Hey. Stop this shit, man. Hey. Stop this shit, man.
everybody fucking playing with me and shit. Think I'm always playing and shit. Call me bitch and shit. Not no fucking bitch, bro. At the end of the day, I'ma stand up for my fucking self because I'm tired of everybody fucking playing with me, bro. Real shit.
Come on, man. We leaving, man. We're walking away, bro. Let's not take it serious. Let's go. Come on, Roger. Let's go. Let's go, Roger. Let's go. Roger, let's go. Roger, I'm telling you, let's go. You listen to me. Listen to me, Roger. You need to listen to me right now, Roger. Let's go.
I don't give a fuck. You guys trying to jump me and shit?
All right, so y'all just got through watching the incident with Rampage Jackson's son, Raja Jackson, and Psycho Stu, an independent wrestler. So, you know, myself and DeathTro was just kind of talking on the radio while y'all were actually watching the video. So, DeathTro, what you actually think about this situation, you know, that you actually got to see? And what you would have done?
Basically, like I said, my experience in the ring, when sometimes we show each other, you know, chips, and sometimes things get a little out of hand. So what you do is say, I'm gonna get you back in the ring. I'm gonna get my leg back. What I mean by that, I'm gonna do it unexpected. And then once I do it, that should be the end of that. But this is just one of those situations where things got completely out of hand. This guy has no training whatsoever. All he knows is MMA. I get it. But he went too far. You knocked someone unconscious. Possibly may have ended this man's career. It's not good.
Man, so when you initially seen it, like, what was your reaction like when you initially seen it? What was your reaction like? What did you think?
Just like I said, everything just went left and it went right. I mean, yeah, I've never seen anything like this before. And like I said, we have had incidents where stuff has happened before like this before, but not like this as far as I know of. Again, a guy's in the hospital because of this. And it's going to make some changes, and it's putting frowns upon MMA and wrestling. And to me, I don't like that. I don't like it at all.
Like I said, it was a shocker for me to see it. Like being able to be backstage, backstage, kind of, getting camaraderie with the other wrestlers, being backstage like a League of Lions, and on some other, it's really kind of, you talk, you getting to meet people, everybody kind of laughing and playing it. And when you watch the video, you see the beginning of it, you thought it was a part of the actual, choreographed scene that was going to actually happen in the ring. But man, when Raja got in that ring, oh my God, he didn't miss. I'm talking about he gave him a 3-piece combo from Southern Classic, and I was here for it. It was awesome. It was awesome, man. Look, hey, I hate to see that happen, but if it was Jackson Foxx, I would have went ahead and threw him out the ring as well. Like I've done this guy before. If y'all know the history between myself and DeathTro, there was images on the internet. I've laid this guy out plenty of times. You'll see the pictures and things I've done to him. It was great. Those were really great times. But all in all, I mean, he's sitting over there looking at me now. I think he may be feeling some type of way. But this ain't the venue today, okay, DeathTro?
You're lucky we don't have a chair in here, because I owe you a nice chair shot from our last match. Yeah. It wasn't pleasant at all.
See,
I haven't forgot about that.
Okay, you see the energy? Like where does that energy come from? I don't understand where the energy comes from. But look, y'all, like I said, man, we gonna talk about the life and times of New Jack. We gonna actually tune into a video together, and y'all gonna be able to see that in a second, man. We gonna actually go ahead and get that ready, man. Like I said, we'll be right back with New Hills Podcast. We'll be Here we go, y'all. So we're about to talk about our boy New Jack. Go watch this video, get some commentary about it.
He fucked some people's lives up. He stabbed a dude during a match. Nice. He always had some type of fucking razor, taser, staple gun.
In a world where the lines of fiction and reality are blurred, no one pushed the boundaries further than Jerome Young, aka New Jack.
I'm not studying after y'all. If you don't like me, the hell will I like you? The line in wrestling between cooperation and physical assault is blurred. You can only go so far without your opponent knowing that it's coming.
But how far is too far?
Fuck you, man. You know what you did. Period.
And what happens when a wrestler lost in his character is set loose in a world that rewards extreme violence?
You gonna talk that big boy shit to me? I would dare you to come to my face and say this shit. I would dare you. I eat your ass alive. I dare you.
Man, New Jack a bad boy.
Far beyond the world of elbow drops and headlocks lies the underground realm of extreme hardcore wrestling, where fans' appetite for real-life brutality is endless. When audiences thought they'd seen it all, New Jack took it to a whole new level. Many of his performances bordered on criminal, and some crossed that line. In this episode, we'll pull back the curtain of wrestling's most provocative and controversial characters to reveal the man behind the monster and the legacy he has left in his wake.
Okay, so for someone who's totally not familiar, who is New Jack?
I could not sit here and swear in open court that anything that New Jack ever told me about his background was true or false. I've heard he was a bounty hunter. I've heard he had a number of justifiable homicides to his credit.
The way he talks, the way he walks, the way he carries himself, this brother is real.
Just imagine a badass, big African-American dude slinging drugs on one of the hardest streets in, like, Harlem, you know what I'm saying? If you fuck with him, he will kill you. Maybe not kill you, but he will fuck you up. He's that tough motherfucker, dude.
I went to a movie called New Jack City, just getting arrested, man. And when I heard the name New Jack, I started playing with it in my head, like hearing fans chanting New Jack, New Jack, New Jack, New Jack.
How did you come into wrestling? Like, who taught you the ropes?
Ray Candy. I got in the ring with him, and he was like, trust me, let me train you. And then he told me something one day that fucked my head up so bad. You got to create something that you've never seen before. I said, what kind of mind fuck is that? You want to create a character? Create something you've never seen before.
When I saw Jack come out, he just instantly picked up the energy in the room, and people reacted to it. I'm Jim Cornette, and in the mid-90s, I ran a wrestling promotion in East Tennessee called Smoky Mountain Wrestling. Smoky Mountain Wrestling was looking to break into the Atlanta market, and we needed a heel. When I saw New Jack, he could project that aura of menace.
So it was like, just straight up motherfuckers from the goddamn hood.
And he had an intensity on his face. And then he gets the microphone and he starts talking to the people. And this guy is talking a mile a minute and he's getting people riled up. I don't care nothing about these hillbillies not liking me. Get in this ring and I'll beat you like I own you. If Eddie Murphy was a bad guy wrestler instead of a comedian, it would be New Jack. He could talk nonstop and he could say these things in an entertaining way.
Eddie Murphy.
But he would make you hate him.
Beyond his natural charisma, New Jack infuses his character with a piercing level of real-world tension.
LA was hot at the time because the Rodney King thing going on. OJ had just killed everybody in LA. South Central LA was on the map. And the whole gimmick, the Raider gear, the gold chain, I took all of that and put it in my character.
The Smoky Mountain Wrestling audience was predominantly white, predominantly redneck and hillbilly. All you had to say was, New Jack, go out, piss some white people off, and the rest was up to him. And it was gold. It was genius. I'd like to send a special shout out to my homeboy, O.J. Simpson. Keep up the good work, baby. 2 less, we got to worry about. You understand? Keep up the good work.
Man, this
I
dude.
want these motherfuckers to believe what I'm doing. I to believe what I'm saying is fucking real.
To enhance New Jack's cutting-edge character, he is paired with the perfect enforcer, another Smoky Mountain recruit named Mustafa Saeed.
He didn't say much, but he looked like he would kill somebody. And I said, a guy that can talk like this New Jack.
I'm here, and I'm gonna be here until I feel like I wanna leave.
And a guy that looks like Mustafa would be a great tag team.
So he said, what's your tag team name? I said, well, actually, we don't have a name. So then he said, what about the gangsters? I said, what about the gangsters? With an A-S on the end.
Just picture a hard-ass freaking movie in the hood somewhere, dude, and they're the baddest-ass dudes in the hood. I'm the Sandman. I've been a professional wrestler since 1989. I'm the dude. I'm going to play you in a game of pool, and then when I lose, I want to hit you over the head with a stick and drink your beer anyway. That's me in a nutshell. Yo, the gangsters had a lot of heat down there in white neighborhoods.
The gangsters were a group of young, angry black men telling every white person everything every other black person wanted to say but couldn't.
You little Caucasian white devil, I told you that I would get you. The next time that I get to put my hands around that little pink neck of yours, I'ma choke the life out of you.
My name is D'Lo Brown.
Man, New Jack, I'm telling y'all, if you watch wrestling, man, New Jack is a very big motivation for Jackson Foxx.
In reality, I was the bump guy. You know, the gangster would lose no heat, but you could beat me and we can keep rolling.
Down goes D'Lo Brown. Hey, wait a minute.
New Jack would just stir people up so much. None of his stuff was written. And there were some times I stood there and I listened, I was like, ooh.
You wish I was right. Some more, watermelon, chicken bone sucking, black folk.
Check those promos out. When Mustafa's standing there next to him going, dude, that's what he was doing all day.
And you know what I'm saying? Nothing for the rednecks up here.
That wasn't Mustafa being there for the interview. That was Mustafa.
Mustafa's crazy, bro.
The dude was rolling pencil shavings in one of those blunt things, and he wanted me to smoke it with him. I'm like, no, dude, I'm good.
Was Mustafa smoking pencil shavings?
I plead the fifth. Jack, this is a new shit. He had pencil shaving. He had some shit he had found grown on the side of the building on the bag. I said, if you spoke this shit, it's gonna come back and haunt you one day. He's like, nah, man, this is good shit, man. I'm fucked up right now. You're a trap. So we sit in the hotel. I had to knock at the door. So I said, Jack, Mustafa downstairs fighting the cops. So we dropped everything. They had handcuffs. He blowing snot on the floor. And this is what Mustafa was saying. You wanna fuck me, don't you? I know you wanna fuck me. Yeah. What the fuck, man? I said, what the fuck is wrong with you? He was like, nah, Jack, they wanna fuck me. Everybody wanna fuck me. I said, stop, you lost your goddamn mind.
The gangsters had embraced the idea that I'm going to go out there and I'm going to be a menace to society.
One night we did a show. I had been to the dentist and my mouth was sore to a point where I couldn't hardly talk. So I said, Mustafa, let's go to Walmart. And I bought a white baby doll. I had a robe tied like a noose. And I walked out to the ring. I got in the middle of the ring and held the baby doll up. And he was like, get the fuck out of here with that shit.
New Jack had everyone so mad at the gangsters. Hitler could have walked out through the curtain, he'd have been a babyface.
I pissed people the fuck off. And we got so much heat to the point where these motherfuckers was like, we gonna kill them fucking niggas. They said niggers. We gonna kill them fucking niggers.
Unleashing their unfiltered vision of the times, the gangsters are quickly becoming the hottest villains in the territory.
I wanted to get the gangsters right into the tag team title picture, so they have to attack the champions, the Rock and Roll Express.
This is Ricky and Robert, the Rock and Roll Express. I mean, these motherfuckers been around forever and they done been there and done it.
Taking controversy to a new level, they decide to recreate the 1992 police beating of Rodney King. But in their version, the roles are reversed.
Ricky Morton is knocked to the floor. All of a sudden, the gangsters and their posse, there's like 3 or 4 of them. Jack brought everybody he knew for this one. And they circled Ricky Morton in the middle of the ring, and he's bleeding, and he's looking at the fans in the front row, help me. And they beat the bejesus out of him with these nightsticks.
So when we got done, all the white people went out in the back, and they was waiting on us to come out the fucking door, and they had bricks in their hands and sticks. So
DeathTro, this time I'm gonna do you. Next time I see you, I'm gonna beat the hell out of you with a nightstick. Those that are watching, you know, I'll put a caption up there, a strong adult language, but
if this is a
I
good
plan on doing this to the guy that's here with
So
me today.
Jack took
It's gonna be
that,
very awesome.
and he
Never
said,
gonna happen.
Some Negroes down in Knoxville call themselves the NAACP or something or another. They don't like me. I say it once and I say it again. The hell with them homegrown monkeys.
right. So from that point on, we started putting up a disclaimer. The views of the gangsters are not necessarily those of Smoky Mountain Wrestling or this station.
You thought maybe we was cotton pickers? Wrong. Maybe you thought you had some homegrown Negroes? Wrong.
Would you say that that period in Smoky Mountain was that fun?
No. To have somebody calling you a nigger, I ain't goddamn used to this shit. I said, I can't get used to it, and I ain't gonna try to get used to it.
The gangsters were literally a microcosm of what was going on in society at that time. And you drop us in the middle of the South, the N-word was freely thrown around like you would say hello. It was uncomfortable, but if they didn't say that, then we weren't touching that nerve. It's a pretty strange concept, yes. I want someone to hurl racial slurs at me.
I had this little boy come up to me one day. He said, can I shake your hand? I stuck my hand out, and he rubbed my arm and looked at his hand. I said, why'd you rub my fucking arm and then look at your hand? He said, I'm sorry. My dad told me if you rub a black person's arm, it'll rub off on you and you'll turn black. And I was like, this little shit.
As their provocative routine runs its course, the gangsters jump at a sudden offer from a larger wrestling outfit, ECW.
ECW was Extreme Championship Wrestling. It was the brainchild of Paul Heyman that it would be the 1990s wrestling answer to the grunge music movement. It would be gritty and violent, and they'd blur a lot of lines. They were edgier, whether it be sexual content or violence or blood or what have you.
ECW. If you're an AEW fan, you notice they paid a lot of homage towards ECW by wrestling in one of the former arenas where they wrestled. And also in WWE, they actually did a tribute to ECW last week with Jey Uso. Did you see that match? That shows Jey Uso and was it Braun Breaker? Braun Breaker.
Smoky Mountain Wrestling. Everything about ECW was not only more violent, but also it was more real to the point where the guys started the trend of really hitting each other with stuff and hurting each other. ECW was filled with wrestlers that would go too far already, and New Jack had to be the guy that went farther than anybody.
I'm like, welcome home, motherfucker, you know what I'm saying?
Welcome home, mother.
In June 1995, the gangsters leave the hostile crowds of Smoky Mountain and join the eclectic crew of Philadelphia's wildly popular ECW.
When we got the
Chunk with
ECW,
Jericho
we fit right
is going to
in.
end up on the floor 6 feet under.
Man, that dude is so disrespectful. It's not a Jerry curl, okay?
You understand, we're clicking hard, and we know that we're like the hottest thing like on the planet by like 96, 97. I was sent to meet New Jack at the hotel when he first came up from Smoky Mountain. So I was the first ECW guy he met. He got out of the car and I'm like, all right, I liked him. He had swagger. He was like, don't fuck with me, which was cool by me. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, this guy's going to fit right in. Our locker room was one big family. It's Tommy Dreamer's, RVD, Taz, Sabu's, you know.
Shout out to ECW. Man, I'm going to archives. If you have Peacock, man, I think I'm going to archives and watch ECW, man, so it'll give me some more ideas of what I can do to you the next time I catch you in the street.
That dude is like super brilliant. All our careers were jumping, you know what I'm saying?
I think New Jack got in that environment, and he always had to be the most extreme guy in any situation, but there were no limits up there.
This dude here.
Weapons, diving on shit, fighting out in the audience, going through chairs and tables and knocking down chairs and shit. It was like blood and guts every goddamn night.
I truly feel that the reason why Jack was so violent, so extreme, because the way he grew up, his childhood, his upbringing, I think that plays a part in who he is. I mean, it has to.
My childhood was fucked. I had a daddy that was alcoholic. He hated my mom. One night, she came home from work. When she walked in the door, he pulled out a knife and he stabbed her 5 times. He stabbed her. front of the whole family. He didn't give a fuck. He stabbed her. A few months later, she was like, I'm leaving. She picked me up, tried to put me in the car. He shot her in the back of the leg. This is what I grew up around. And I'm like, you wonder why sometimes I flip the fuck out?
New Jack's outlet for violence has taken him to new heights in ECW. But on November 23rd, 1996, a chance encounter with a novice wrestler is about to send shockwaves through the entire wrestling world.
Can you tell me a story of the mass transit?
I knew that was coming. He was 17, he told us he was 21. And he had a little person with him.
Listen, New Jack, I'm not gonna lie, he was intimidating. That's because he was always presenting the image that he was sinister. My name is Tiny the Terrible. I was just basically one of those midget wrestlers that wanted to be considered not really as a midget wrestler, just as a wrestler that was just short.
So tell us what we're watching.
Jerry Springer, Twin Terrors. Over 52 million people viewed this episode. Jerry's the one that gave me the first opportunity to really speak on a nation level like that.
Did people recognize you?
Oh yeah.
What was that like?
Great, man. You know, that's how I got most of the pussy I got. That's true. Well, ego too. I've been on TV, you know. New Jack was like, if you went out of a script, he would make you pay for it. If you're gonna cut somebody all the fuck up on their first match, that don't make no fucking sense. And you know, and that's basically what happened with Eric Kulas type situation.
Teenage wrestler Eric Kulas calls himself Mass Transit.
Okay, so look, I'm gonna pause it right there, y'all, because this is what I want to say, and that's why we brought the first video with Rampage Jackson and Psycho Stu, and he's talking about it now as far as, you know, people think that the sport of wrestling is fake, but it's choreographed. The actions are real. Everything that you see happening is real. For those who are non-believers, that wrestling is very real. You know, now you may have some acts, you know, people wearing costumes, but as far as the physical component of it, it is real. It's choreographed, but it's real. I mean, what you got to say, DeathTro?
Sitting there looking at, even though I don't like you, but I can agree. I can agree to what you're saying. Everything you see as far as the weapons is real. You're getting hit with a chair, it's real. You're getting hit with a kendo stick, it's real. You're getting slammed, you're already getting slammed.
Wow. But look, what's not to like about Jackson Foxx? Hey, y'all, we can go ahead and start this back, but this is the whole point of the show today. We want to, you know, send a shout out, pay a tribute to New Jack, but we also want to talk about the situation that actually happened, a real life situation with Rampage Jackson knocking out a wrestler at an independent wrestling event. So we're going to continue.
Dressed in a bus driver gimmick, his matches with Tiny and his brother attract the attention of ECW.
He's seen the tape of Eric Kulas and my brother wrestling. Paul Heyman couldn't believe that a big guy could work with midgets, because that's like unheard of.
The three are asked to appear at an upcoming match in Revere, Massachusetts.
The best wrestling is not be able to discern the line between fiction and reality. That was one of the big appeals of ECW.
I'm Stu Kaplan. I'm John Donovan. And we were doing security for the show. I was upstairs, I had a walkie-talkie, and someone came on talkie and said, there are some guys here for the show. I saw Eric Kulas come in. I didn't know who he was. I had no idea who he was. And I knew everybody. And they went into the back of the locker room. And that was literally the last time I saw Eric until he came out for the match.
No one knows that Eric has lied about his age, claiming to be 21. In reality,
Man, this kid was 17-year-old minor in a professional wrestling ring.
A family emergency. So he was like, he gets a tryout.
He decided to cut us out. Eric just cut us off and just went for self.
This untrained teenager who claimed to be a professional wrestler and had probably wrestled a few local shows shows up. They needed somebody for New Jack to beat up. So they said, okay. That was their first mistake.
So Paulie was like, Jack, y'all go for like 7 minutes, whatever you want to do, fat kid, just do it. I said, Paulie, what I'm gonna do to him, people gonna be talking about this 10 years from now.
He ain't lying.
It's been 20
Still
years.
to this day.
We talking about it.
By the end of 1996, New Jack has taken his controversial career to dangerous new heights in the violent world of ECW. Now, a last-minute change has landed him in the ring with novice wrestler Eric Koulas.
You know, we're on the grounds now of the Wonderland Dog Track where the ECW famous gangster Eric Koulas incident happened. And we got here early. We got here probably 2 or 3 hours before the show. But there were still people here. And, you know, ECW. And I mean, I can feel it. I'm getting goosebumps now because that's what you got.
So the untrained teenager that's maybe had 3 local matches in his life is now going to wrestle New Jack.
I saw Eric coming out, and I'm like, wow, that was the guy that, with his father, when he came, he must have gotten on the show.
Eric Koulas is paired up with Devon Dudley, replacing Axel Rotten in their tag team match with the Gangsters.
Man, you know,
Transit, this big
the Dudley Boys about to have that final match with the Hardy Boys in TNA.
He came up to me and he was like, can I do this? Backdrop you out the ring, push you through a table. And I said, fuck no. That's one of the most disrespectful things that you can do as a wrestler. To come to a vet and tell him what you want to do.
F no.
So that's what pissed Jack off. All right, now.
They are definitely the same thing to you, man. Definitely.
He wanted me to cut him. He had already pissed me off at the time, so I was like, I'm good with it. I'll cut the shit out of
you. Not only did the kid want to get some offense, but he wanted to bring back some.
Oh, yeah.
There are a number of ways to do it. There's the hard way, which is basically when you agree with your opponent that he's going to punch you in the eyebrow or the cheek or in some place to bust you open. There's also the easy way. You take a common razor blade, something you find around the house, and you trim it in a fashion that you can wrap it in some tape, and then you can keep it on your wrist, in your mouth, in the waistband of your tights. In wrestling, it was a common gimmick. The blade was never intended to be an X-Acto knife.
I've been getting high all day. I mean, so I was high as fuck. So we told Devon, we said, we gonna put you out of the ring and don't get back in.
You know, Devon didn't get touched, didn't get hit. Everything was mostly focused around Eric. And it was mostly New Jack giving it to Eric.
I started beating on him. I was beating him with everything. So when it came time for us to get color, I had a surgical scalpel, about the long, and I had it taped to a stick. So I stuck him in the forehead a couple of times, and did nothing happen. See, I just sliced him, and blood was skeeting out. I'm sure you saw it. And
This is real, y'all. This is unscripted.
Mustafa picked him up and slammed him. He was bleeding everywhere. The referee didn't even come to the goddamn ring.
I'm standing there. And I can see over my shoulder. They need paramedics. But New Jack was firing up the crowd.
I'm laughing at what New Jack said, man. For the people that's watching and listening, I'm laughing at what he said. I'm not laughing at what's happening to the young man in the ring. But if I was, that'd be my business, okay?
Seems to suggest
Mind your business.
But everyone at ringside can see that's not the case, especially his family.
His father trying to get in the back, but I'm not going to let him get into the locker room or near New Jack.
Did Eric's father say some stuff to you?
He was just calling me a nigger. He was like, you fucking nigger, you stand my son, you goddamn nigger. You know, we was off camera then, and all bets was off. I'd have killed an old man.
I went backstage with him, but I was like, was it worth it? He said, hey man, they fucked me up.
I was the next match. So I bled like a stuck pig that night because I was trying to take a little bit of the heat off of New Jack.
Oh, we got an argument in the car. Eric's father was like, where you guys going? I said, oh, you're fucking giving us a ride back. Oh, no, I ain't. I'm not giving you a ride back. I said, Steve, yes, the fuck you are, or we're going to be fighting again in this motherfucker. And, you know, he got in the van, went to the hospital. I remember him taking his fucking bandage off in the car, pulling his hair up, and just looking at it in the fucking mirror.
Eric received 50 stitches for his injuries and says he never wants to get in the ring again.
I have no feeling from here to here. I have like an indentation in my head from where all the nerves died.
It changed him. He was depressed and all that other shit. So,
The underground world of hardcore wrestling is exposed to unprecedented national attention as New Jack is charged with assault and battery.
So they took me to trial. Told my attorney, I said, oh, they offered me a deal. He said, right now they want you to do 5 years. I was like, no. He said, Jack, I think I can beat this case.
Oh, wow.
The brutalization of teenage
That's
wrestler
bad, man,
Eric
for real.
Kulas
New
has
Jack.
created a media frenzy
Man.
and exposed the shocking world of hardcore wrestling. Now, a court will decide if New Jack must answer for the assault with prison time.
Did you do any of this? You don't want to give your side? I'm not going to court.
Now understand something. It was a 6-jury panel. 1 80-year-old black guy and 5 white women. He was nodding out. And I was like, that's my savior. I'm like, stay awake, motherfucker. You my savior. You know?
What was your sort of role in the trial?
explaining how Eric knew what he was doing. If he can wrestle with us, he can wrestle with a big guy.
It's our view that he knew exactly what was going to happen. He was prepared to go into the ring. He knew about the props.
Because, I mean, at that time, Kulas wasn't on my side. We weren't fucking friends. The only person that really wanted me in this was New Jack. And I said, Jack, it's up to you. This is what I want. I want to work in WWE. And New Jack promised me, if I get off Tiny, I swear I will take care of you.
They had Pauline on the stand. The DA asked him, what did Mr. Kulas call Jerome Young? But he was like, he called him the N-word. The DA said, for the record, say it. Paulie looked at me, he said, Jack, I'm sorry. He said, he called him a nigger. The old juror, the black dude, he said, he like, and the white woman was like, oh. I was laughing so hard. I sit down, I was like, oh.
He said he laughed hard in court.
I mean, he was working the shit out of the goddamn, the judge, the DA, the fucking jurors. He did what he don't do best, work. And that's what he did, he was working.
When the jury learns Eric lied about his age and experience, the balance shifts in New Jack's favor.
They deliberated for that day, came away the next day. They found me not guilty.
And I ended up working for WWE. I ended up doing promos and shit with Shane, Big Show, and Triple H. Yeah, Stephanie McMahon's introducing me and my partner as the Twin Towers to go against The Rock.
What was it like for you to walk out to the crowd?
Oh, fucking great, dude. There's me, there's my partner that can do the eyebrow. And this was fresh after Eric Kulas. So it was like, New Jack, I don't know what the hell he did, but there was my spot right there.
Do you remember how Eric Kulas passed?
I didn't even know really until like years later. I forgot how it went, but people say, yo, you know Eric died.
After failing in criminal court, Eric's family tries to sue New Jack in a civil suit for damages caused by the incident. But in 2002, he dies from complications resulting from gastric bypass surgery.
And then what was your reaction to learning that he passed away?
I ain't fucking. My fault. I heard about it. I'm like, oh well.
Man, some people actually live that role throughout their life. That's who that person is. That's who he was, from what I've seen through research and through video. That's who he really was.
Like, set a dangerous precedent, and it's New Jack who has opened the door to a lawless new era.
New Jack started trying to go farther and farther, not only with the blood and the edginess of the content, but also the spectacular bumps and falls.
I was the only one that probably started coke in the locker room. I mean, it was like a boost.
That was his ritual.
You know what I mean? It was like get high.
Man.
Once you've jumped off a 10-foot balcony, what's next? Jump off a 15-foot balcony, then a 20-foot balcony. And at some point, there's no way that this can end well, even if you do it right.
Yeah, your favorite dives.
Well, the one that people always talk about, me and Big Grimes.
Here we go.
Imagine Humpty Dumpty with arms and legs as a professional wrestler. That's kind of how he was shaped, you know what I'm saying? You couldn't hurt the guy.
Vic Grimes wanted to be run over with cars. He wanted to be hit with things.
Man, this is so tragic.
In the year 2000, Vic Grimes is booked to wrestle New Jack in a match featuring a dangerous climax.
When we climbed up on top of the scaffold, it was shaking. Vic was like, I can't do it, it's too high. And we on pay-per-view. There's no time for error. I said, Vic, let's go on 3. He said, Jack, I can't do it. I said, fuck you, we going on 3. I said, 1, 2, 3, and I pulled him. He did this flip, and his back landed up against the side of my head, and I cracked my skull. I never recovered from that. I broke my leg. I lost my sight in my right eye. To this day, I get headaches every day. I have insomnia because I cracked my skull. Vic, see, this is all your fault, you dumb fuck. One of Jack's rules. Don't say you're gonna do something and get up there and chicken out. Jack's the kind of guy that if you break those rules, well then he'll probably break you.
Man. It's my favorite episode.
Skull, New Jack agrees to a rematch with Vic Grimes with even higher stakes. What Grimes doesn't know is that New Jack is out for revenge.
Before the match, I went to a pawn shop and bought a stun gun.
Yeah, I was there with New Jack, and he told me he was going to do it before it happened to us. So.
What did he want to have happen?
He told me he was going to tase the motherfucker.
Look, he came up to me. I was ready to kill the motherfucker. He said, I'm sorry. I said, motherfucker, you didn't even call me. I said, almost a year, you didn't even call me to see how the fuck I was doing.
This is the highest elevation of any match in the history of our sport.
Well, I mean, I was high. You know what I mean? I was high as a motherfucker. So I just tased him. I tased the shit out of him. He's like, Jack, I can't feel my legs. I said, you ain't gonna need him. Vic was a foot from missing the ring completely, which would have killed him. I wanted him to hit the floor. I just didn't throw him hard enough. I was trying to throw his ass to the fucking throat. So we don't piss Jack off. This fight's never over until Jack says it's over.
I can't believe he didn't die.
It's the luck of fools that this guy was not at least paralyzed. And I don't think Jack was particularly broken up about it.
I climbed down off of the fucking scaffold. I went up to him. When he was laying in the ring, I told him, I said, now we even, you fuck.
Man, that's cold.
Could you have got him for attempted murder? I don't know. I mean, I think throwing some off the scaffolding kind of is right on that line.
Incredibly, Grimes' worst injury is a dislocated ankle. Once again, New Jack has pushed hardcore beyond his limits. But the demand for this kind of extreme action is only getting more intense. And now, he's having to compete against the new generation of hardcore wrestlers, willing to give and receive disturbing levels of punishment.
So it became a one-upsmanship, and can you top this, and got into a position where you had to go further and further to keep that position, and then it became his calling card.
Do you think there was ever a match where you think he went too far?
Well, I can name a few of them, but I would say probably Gypsy Joe. Oh, Lord.
Here we go.
I looked at how old he was, and then I forgot.
Like 70-something?
Yep.
In 2003, New Jack faces off against 72-year-old journeyman Gypsy Joe, who promotes himself as a man impervious to pain. The problem is no one's bothered to tell New Jack.
The promoter was thinking, oh, this is going to be the today's hardcore icon and the old pro from yesteryear that everybody knows is tougher than a $2 steak.
So the night of the show, Joe comes up. He said, just listen to me, kid. I can teach you a lot. I said, you talking to me? We didn't talk no more. I went to the ring. Joe comes to the ring.
And Gypsy Joe, as per his gimmick, wasn't selling New Jack stuff because you really have to hit Joe to make him go down and register because he's so tough.
So then they listen to these fans. Go home, nigga. Fucking nigga. And then I was pissed. I started beating Joe like that motherfucker owed me money. I beat the shit out of him. Outside the ring, I got a bat. I had bought my record out.
Man.
Here 3 times.
Jack just said, fuck this old man.
Man, that's cold.
And they got loud. Go on, nigga. You fucking nigga. And dude, the more they said, the more pissed off I got. And I beat the shit out of a 100-year-old man. With the match never should have happened in the first place.
New Jack's violence comes a higher level of risk, and not just for those willing to take him on.
Was New Jack, you think, a liability for promoters?
I think some people look at him as a liability, but yes, some promoters would, yeah, absolutely.
And New Jack never made it to WWE because they were never going to touch him. Because he was too controversial. They were afraid of lawsuits, they were afraid of bad publicity, they were afraid he was going to hurt somebody.
With the mainstream appeal of hardcore now in decline, New Jack is resigned to working for much smaller outfits in the independent circuit, some of whom can barely muster a crowd. Despite this, New Jack isn't slowing down, and he crosses the line again in 2004.
I've had many trials in my life, yet I keep trying to do what's right.
I see the comments. I'll show you a Jerry curl. Come on here and I'm gonna show you a Jerry curl. Chump.
I was a wrestler / promoter. When he hit Florida and he had to come through Jacksonville, he was staying at my house. Jack is comical. If you really ever get to know him, he's just a comedian and a great cook.
Any examples of like what are the things he would cook?
Spaghetti. But he enjoys making sure that everybody's happy.
Out of the fire.
Wow. That's one of mine. The federation that I used to own and promote was Thunder Wrestling Federation. Thunder had started gaining some momentum, and Jack had been there a couple of times.
New Jack's opponent is William Jason Lane, wrestling under the name Hunter Red.
That night, Red had asked me if he could wrestle Jack. When you wrestle an icon, it kind of moves you a little bit. It's on your resume. And I said, well, Red, that's a whole different ball game.
Hunter Red comes up, and he's like, what you want to do? I said, dude, we're going to the back and talk about this. He said, well, we can talk about it now. I said, no, we're going to the back and talk about it. So I laid it out. I said, well, this is what we're going to do. And in the middle of me talking, he got up, he said, all right, whatever the fuck, fuck it. I'm looking around like, what the fuck? I said, who put him over this? I said, I will see you in the ring. What the fuck ever we do, I'll just whatever.
Something was troubling Red. The actual reality of wrestling New Jack, I think it kind of set in.
Once again, I've been Stone Cold. Once again, I was the high as a
It's about to be trouble. Trouble.
I had a claw, a Wolverine claw. It had these 3 blades on it. One of the blades that broke off. I had it in my pocket.
When the match began, Red picked New Jack up and sat him in a corner.
And he punched me. My nose is big enough. I don't need nobody to help me get the motherfucker bigger. He punched me again. In the nose.
It looks like this guy is really hitting Jack hard. And Jack, with the way Jack moves across his ring, now he's hooking him and he's talking to him.
I said, you trying to handle me? I said, you really trying to handle me?
Uh-oh. Jack's reaching in his pocket for something.
Uh-oh.
He's cutting him. What the? What? Oh my! He's stabbing this mother. Run! Oh, shit. Ooh!
Shanking him.
It's never good when you open a wrestling video with a shot of a stage and an empty bandstand. Oh, good Lord. What is there, 30 people there? So the guy comes in the ring, they lock up. Okay, already he's pissing New Jack off. And he pulled a knife out of his fucking pants and is now apparently stabbing this guy?
Shanking him.
Trying to get away? What the fuck is going on here? But is he he actually stabbing this fucking guy?
Yep.
Look at that woman with her hand over her mouth and the kid.
Man, I wonder how New Jack never went to jail.
In 125 years of wrestling history, yeah, this is not something that does the public image of professional wrestling a world of good. The line in wrestling between cooperation and felonious assault is also one of those lines that's blurred. But I always looked at it this way. If two guys agree to something beforehand, and everything that happens in those parameters, they are working together. If something happens that is egregiously outside those parameters, such as just take a knife and just slash a guy's face, that's crossed the line from cooperation to felonious assault.
I stuck him like 9 times. On the news, they said 16. I said, no, it was 9. I counted, it was 9.
For the second time in his career, New Jack's violence in the ring lands him in trouble with the law, and the evidence against him is impossible to ignore.
The guy that called the cops, he said there'd been a stabbing at the Ramada Inn. There's a black guy with camouflage on stabbing a white guy. So that's how they treated it. The cops came in, gun drawn. Get on the floor.
I remember the police officer asking Jack, why do you hate white people? And I just looked at him. But I thought that was really inappropriate. He put Red on a stretcher, and Jack left in a police car.
New Jack is charged with aggravated battery and faces up to 15 years in a Florida prison.
They took me to jail. Hunter Red come to jail. I'm like, why are you here? He said, I got an idea. I'll drop the charges. You take me on the road, and we can make an angle out of this. Hunter Red is looking for New Jack. He's out for revenge. He said, we can do the whole Florida circuit. I said, well, you gotta drop the charges first. I sat in jail for 3 weeks. He went and dropped the charges. I went home, put my shit in storage, and I left Florida. That was the last time I talked to him. I mean, it was on the news, and my mom saw it. And she was like, oh my God, I can't believe you up there and you stabbed somebody in the ring. You should be ashamed of yourself. I'm like, bitch, it was a fucking show.
See, he talking to his mom. Man.
She didn't fucking back me when I was wrestling. I'm like, bitch, I got action figures in Toys R Us. How many of your fucking friends and son got action figures in Toys R Us? My dad died when I was 5. He died when I was 5. But I remember the fucked up shit he did before he died. And I'm like, you wonder why sometimes I flip the fuck out? Because motherfucker, I was raised in a family that was fucking retarded. So I'm like, if I show up for a show and I go out there and do my thing, be grateful that I ain't attacking your ass. You know what I mean?
The thing with Jack is he was too much into his gimmick. He carried that wherever the fuck he was at. There wasn't no Jerome Young. It was just New Jack.
New Jack can't benefit from any of this reputation he's got anymore because he's pretty much his active career is over with. So I think now it's more of an albatross around his neck.
I was New Jack when I came in the door, and I'm still New Jack.
And so then, who is Jerome Young?
That's a difficult question because the line is blurred between Jerome Young and New Jack.
If there's a difference, I don't know because I don't know if I ever met Jerome Young. I don't think I wanted to know for sure. Because here was a guy that I could even halfway believe in.
The best part about it is the legend, believe it or not, is probably going to be bigger than the person. You know what I'm saying? How stories get, the tales get taller and taller and bigger and better as the time goes.
He perfected his craft and brought it to the highest level that he could bring it to. Because he knew it would leave a lasting impression.
New Jack leaves behind a complicated legacy. Pioneering, unrepentant, but above all, without compromise.
I don't need nobody out here cheering for me, and most of all, partner, I don't need you.
And I believe people like that shouldn't get away with it. You know, New Jack ain't gonna probably like what the fuck I'm saying about it. Fuck you, man. You know what you did. You fucked up innocent people.
Eric Koulos' family declined to participate in this documentary, stating it was too traumatic to revisit the circumstances and aftermath of the incident in Revere, Massachusetts.
Let's say one day they decided to like make a movie about your life. It's going to be the end of the New Jack movie.
I'm sitting in a wheelchair snorting coke. I'm just in there snorting coke, just get the high as a motherfucker. And go like, yeah, like, thank you, bitches.
Man, look, everyone that tuned in, man, like I said, man, we appreciate y'all listening. New Jack is a motivation for the breed, the motivation, you know, for those who follow IWL Wrestling when it was active with yours truly and that sucker over there, you know, but you going to see us again. Like I said, we have something big coming in the nearby future. I don't know how long the future going to be, but he don't got too much more time before I actually hang him up, you know, being the greatest champion of all
Just
time.
know, everyone, that I'm in the process of making something very special for him. A nice custom-built casket for him.
Man, I don't know why you like that, man. I don't know why you like that, man. But one thing I really do appreciate you for coming through for the first episode of the New Hills Podcast Show, which we're going to be more consistent with. Hopefully, you know, you come back. For those that don't know DeathTro, you know, this a person of many personalities. I don't like any one of them, and I think I've disrespected all of them, and I will continue to
Except
disrespect.
one. You haven't met Black Death yet. And you trust me, you don't want to.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? See, that's why. Yeah, exactly. Hey, man, like I said, man, I really do appreciate y'all tuning in to the New Hills Podcast. Those that are listening on the radio, make sure you continue to support us, like, follow, share. Make sure y'all catch us next time. We don't have a consistent time we're going to show, but y'all are going to see us often. Hey, we about to get up out of here, man. We go holler at y'all. This is Jackson Foxx. We go holler.